Welcome to the Mediabox. Edmunds Cepurītis here to talk about your report on sexual violence against men and boys. What kind of contexts are we talking about here?
Well, sexual violence is pervasive, and we mostly, of course, talk about gender-based sexual violence against girls and women. But this is the topic that very rarely gets talked about. Even in some legislatures, there's no possibility written into the criminal law that men could be raped. But that, of course, is still happening. And by not talking about it, we have missed some chances to actually prevent this kind of violence and also to help the survivors, victims.
What did you look into in your report in terms of where it happens and how we deal with it?
Yes, the first thing that we do is to have a very broad mapping of these contexts. We look at from the information that we have, which are the ones that we need to actually look into more. First, it's at home and in family environment. Then it's schools, religious settings, also in migration contexts, and also in the cases of armed conflict, where in many of these cases, this violence against men and boys is perpetrated and not addressed to the level that it should.
So what are you recommending?
First, it's to break the stigma, to talk about it more, to say that these crimes do happen, and basically encourage both the victims, survivors to report it, and also make sure that we do everything in our powers to make it an easy process, and also, of course, to prevent it by making sure, for example, that we have systems in place from the government to make sure it can't happen in the institutional settings, many of which are overlooked by the state.
And what's the role of this organisation in this assembly?
Well, this assembly can actually put the focus on the questions that don't get enough attention in many member states. In some member states, there's actually organizations that do talk about this specific topic. But in other countries, there isn't any. And this assembly can actually gather the knowledge that we have and make recommendations for all the member states. One of those very specific one is, for example, to abolish the statute of limitations of sexual violence against children, so that even in much older age, they can still report it and the perpetrators can be brought to justice.
Edmunds Cepurītis, thank you.
Thank you very much.